Thanks for joining us as we talk about buying things from garage sales, thrift stores, and flea markets and reselling them on eBay for a profit. I'm John, that's Devin, and we're the Severe Thrifters.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Hey, everybody, episode 9. Thank you for joining us. John and Devin here. We are so excited to at least get to this level. Our next episode will be episode 10. Double digits. Yeah, I'm excited. This has been great.
Yeah.
We've got quite a few downloads again. We talked about it last episode. But
we've gotten over 20 more since the last episode.
Nice. So thank you all for listening. We appreciate it for sure. This episode, we're going to talk about some of the things that you can't sell on eBay and words to stay away from when you're listing on eBay. I don't have an entire list. You'll have to go to YouTube and find some of those. There's different people that have posted different versions of their lists of things that you can and cannot sell. Well, we should just say cannot sell, and words you need to steer clear of while you're listing on this episode. So I say we just jump into it and go. Hey?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. So there's a thing on eBay called Vero, V-E-R-O. Okay. And those are like little dings or red flags that eBay will put against your account. Okay. And it stands for Verified Rights Owner Program. Okay. Vero, V-E-R-O, Verified Rights Owner. It's intellectual property of brands. And the reason I'll go into a short story of what happened, and then we'll carry on from there. So
that's what we do.
We always have to start off with a story. So if you all have been following our YouTube channel, Severe Thrifters on YouTube, the last video or the video before, I think it was last video, right? I bought that POS machine.
Yeah, it would have been the last flea market video. Your last video would have been
thank you
talking about what you sold over the week.
Yes, so it would have been two videos ago. Devin's proud of that one. It's got the most views.
I edited it.
And he edited that one. Edited that one. He's much better at it than I am. I'm really good at doing the eBay reselling. He's good at everything else. So we will probably continue to let him edit. Like the last video, I'm going off on a tangent here. I edited it.
Yeah, so watch them both, compare them.
Oh, don't compare them. It's not even fair.
Let us know in the comments.
One's with a GoPro and the other one's with an iPad camera. Okay, regardless, my story. Okay, so two YouTube videos ago, we talked about, I hit a score at a flea market, was a Clover POS unit, which is purchasing, for credit cards and stuff like that. So, needless to say, it's not as glorious as it sounds.
Oh, was it not?
It's a home run of a device, price-wise. I mean, brand new, they go from $350 to $400.
Yeah.
But here's what I've learned. So what I thought was a home run has turned into more of a headache at this point. What happens is I powered it up, and it gives me the name of the previous business, like whoever. When you start the device, it's kind of like your cell phone and stuff like that. You can give it a name.
Yeah.
Or an account on Facebook, you give it a name.
Yeah.
Well, they gave this device a name, and it was Blue Dress Boutique. No big deal. Guess what? You click on something, you got to have a password.
Oh, no.
Yes. So I did some digging, and I figured out that there was a Blue Dress Boutique in Knoxville. So I was like, that's got to be where this came from, because the flea market was in Sevierville. So I started digging. Mom started digging for me, and she found a Blue Dress Boutique on Facebook. And so I messaged them.
Yeah.
And said, hey, this is my name. I bought this machine at a flea market. It has a password. I'm not trying to steal anything of yours. I would just like to be able to reset the machine. Could you possibly send me a password, or do you have any info? Do I even have the right people?
Yeah.
Whatever. Well, as I was doing that, Megan found a phone number that it was linked to. So I went ahead and called. Nobody picked up, so I left a message kind of along the same lines as what the Facebook message was.
Mm-hmm.
Heard nothing. Finally, I get a response back. It would have been 2 days ago, saying, well, that was the original owner of Blue Dress Boutique. I am the new owner of Blue Dress Boutique. She says, but I happen to have the original owner's phone number. I will reach out to them. I said, cool. So the next day, so it would have been yesterday, I get a message stating that she reached out. The new owner said, I wondered where that went. It was supposed to have been in a storage unit. I think somebody took it. Oh. I'm like, oh no. Is this stolen? We were talking back and forth, trying to figure out what to do. Instead of that lady who owns the Blue Dress Boutique now just giving me the number of the original owner.
Trying to talk through people.
The whole time I have this middle person, right?
Yeah.
And so we're going back and forth, back and forth. Well, needless to say, the original owner of Blue Dress Boutiques, which was the owner of the Clover machine that I have now, said she doesn't really care. I can have the machine. So I'm like, okay, mark that off the list, because here I'm thinking it's stolen, right? I said, do you happen to have the password? The lady came back. She doesn't remember any of that stuff. I'm like, crap. She said, but I do remember who I went through when I ordered it.
My Lord, this is
So, this is what you have to be careful of when you buy POS units such as that. I'm not talking about like Square or anything like that. That stuff is pretty easy to reset. It's no big deal. But when you buy units like this, they are actually linked to a financial institution.
Oh.
And the only people that can reset the machine is that financial institution that you went through.
Holy cow.
So I've got to call this guy named Bill, who was a representative for the institution, and try to figure out if I can get it to him for it to be reset, or how. This whole thing might just be a bust.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to go through the process, because that's more information for me.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I'm out a little bit of money. I spent, was it $30 on that whole pile?
So you said $7 on the POS system.
I just sold all those Nike golf club covers. One was a lot of 5, another one was just 1. I've already made, I just sold the ones for $38 and the other one for $15.
Oh.
So $53.
Awesome.
Just on those two. Just I sold the wrestling headgear for $1. I'm already in the profit on those.
Yeah.
Not a big, but I guess it was, I paid a little bit of money for a lesson here. And this kind of is what's leading up to today's episode, is why you have to kind of be careful on things you're not really sure about.
Yeah.
Because what I've learned now, and I still have to contact this guy and try to figure out if I can even sell the POS, because what good is it to anybody if you can't unlock it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? It's like buying an Apple or an iPhone or something, and it's locked. What do you do with it?
Well, with those, right, that's different, though.
Yeah.
We can plug them in and we can unlock them, or we can reset them.
Yeah. But this is actually linked to I say financial institution, because it's not necessarily a bank.
But kind of like
it could be a processing, like a credit card processing company or whatever the case may be. So this turned into not necessarily a mess.
Well, at least it wasn't actually stolen.
Right. And, well, I think it was stolen, because she said she was supposed to have had it, but whoever was helping her move stuff out of the business when she closed down and sold it, somebody must have taken it then.
Oh, okay.
So I do think it was taken without her knowing, which qualifies as stealing, right? So, but she doesn't care. She doesn't want it back. So that works, because I was just going to give it back to her if she I'm not going to have any part of that crap, right? Oh, you can buy it off me. No, it's yours. It was stolen. Yep. But she's 100% cool with me having it, doesn't care, and gave me the guy's number and the phone number to contact him. So, needless to say, let's get into today's. Let's start off with some products that you probably shouldn't sell. No, let's not say probably. You should not sell on eBay, because what it'll do is it'll flag that VERO, that intellectual property, and you can be suspended on eBay from selling. I've heard
permanently, right?
Permanently. I've heard some people permanently. I've heard a year. I've heard 3 months.
Yeah, eBays aren't short. They don't mess around with that stuff. I remember the first cancellation thing I had that sink, and I posted on eBay. I canceled it after someone had bought it because I forgot the shipping information or something. And, I mean, they ended up suspending my account right away. I mean, it was that next day it was suspended.
Jeez. And they don't mess around.
They don't. And it was suspended permanently. It was like, you can't use this email anymore. Like, sorry, don't know what to tell you.
Golly. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Yep. And you were done. It's over.
I had to start a new email and get a whole other eBay account going up.
Yeah. So we're just going to discuss a few things. We don't have all the answers, like all the products and all the necessary words to stay away from, but I will give you what I'm aware of, and Devin's got a few that he's aware of, and we'll make it short and sweet just to kind of protect you guys, because I don't want you guys starting this up, getting all excited, and all of a sudden get suspended.
Yeah.
Because you didn't know.
Especially because some of the stuff you can find for a good deal, and it sells great. Mm-hmm. It really does. I mean...
Like what?
The CPAP machines.
Yep.
Those are...
CPAP machines. Listen, pretty much we'll just start off with CPAP machines then. Anything that you might think would require a prescription to obtain, don't even try to sell it on eBay. Don't do it. Now, there's been a few people that got away from, or they get away with selling parts to CPAP machines. I won't do it.
Yeah.
Because CPAP machines, I guess technically, are a prescription device, right? Mm-hmm. And you cannot sell those. What'll happen is there's no mercy. I don't care if you just started on eBay. They don't care.
No, they don't.
If it meets that Vero program, they're going to suspend you. They don't care how early into this you've been doing it. Yeah.
They don't care. You could have the best eBay account in the world.
They don't care.
They don't care.
Yep.
They'll suspend you.
Because they're covering their own butts.
Yeah, they'll get fined for it. Mm-hmm. I mean, they could get in trouble for that.
Yeah, they don't want to be sued.
Anything's prescription.
Yeah.
You know,
so don't sell medicine. Don't sell CPAP machines. Can you think of anything else that's prescription?
Even non-prescription medicine, I'd probably want to stay away from. I wouldn't
mess with it.
I wouldn't. But me personally, I wouldn't buy like my kids' medicine on eBay.
That's
you know
a good
what
point.
I mean? I would stay away from it. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't buy dog medicine on eBay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would stay away from that, from buying it, let alone selling it. Because I don't know, that's just weird to me.
Is it?
Because you're just trying to sell medicine. I don't know, that's just weird. Anything with an expiration date is kind of weird to sell for me.
You think?
Makeup included. I don't know.
Everybody's different.
I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like...
You don't feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something weird about it. I just wouldn't want to buy it, and I wouldn't want to sell it.
Especially in my eyes, prescription, like CPAP machines. I know that they can be clean and everything. I just don't know if I'd want... I don't have one. I don't use one, so I don't know how expensive they are. I know they're big money.
They're expensive.
And here's something you can do if you come across CPAP machines. Say you go to an estate sale. A lot of these estate sales, somebody has passed away, and a lot of them have had these CPAP machines. And there's a company online called Second Wind, something or other, Second Wind. And they will buy back that CPAP machine.
Do they buy it for a decent price? Or
yes.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, you can get a couple $100s.
I know they sell for a couple $100 on eBay. Like,
yeah.
The people I've seen that have sold them on eBay, which some people get away with it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how they do.
Don't test your luck. I'm telling you.
I saw a guy, I think we talked about this in a previous episode, he's a eBay reseller, does YouTube, podcast, stuff like that, and he has sold like 8 of them on there. I don't know how he's gotten away with it, but when he gets caught, he's going to be done for.
Yeah, I wouldn't chance it, especially being this new to eBay. I don't want to have to start over.
And I don't even know. I don't think that's illegal to actually sell prescription stuff. You can't. That's not legal. That's illegal.
But the Second Wind company, there's parameters that they look for. There's a certain sequence of buttons that you can push, and it'll show how many actual hours, not the hours that it'll show you, but you have to go deep into the machine, and it'll tell you how many hours are actually on the machine. And they have a parameter set like between less than 200 hours or less than 500 hours, and they'll buy it off you. And then there's a range. The less hours it has, the more money you will get.
Gotcha.
So, and I've seen people get $230, $240 for a CPAP machine.
So if you run into them for cheap,
go ahead and pick them up.
But try not to sell them on eBay.
Yeah.
You could probably sell them on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, probably.
I'd say they don't care about that. Same with Craigslist.
So the one thing steer clear of is anything prescription, especially CPAP. Don't mess around. I even heard of those oxygen tanks and stuff.
Ooh.
Stay away from them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just don't even mess with parts. If you're listening to this podcast, odds are you're pretty new to eBay. Don't mess around with that medical stuff.
Yeah,
it's different than crutches or a knee brace or an ankle brace or whatever, or a boot for But stay away from that high tech stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm not messing with it because I don't want to get those strikes against me and end up having my 268 listings where I'm at right now, have my whole account stopped or suspended, and what do I got to do? Start all over again? It's like, oh man, it takes me long enough now.
Yeah.
Right. So another thing that I know you can't sell because of the Vero, the intellectual property. It's called Allbirds. They're a pair of shoes. Mm-hmm. It's all one word, Allbirds, Allbirds. You cannot sell Allbirds on eBay. Cannot.
Is it just because you think it's because that company just pays off eBay to say, hey, don't sell my stuff?
Well, it's probably, they say it's our intellectual property. A lot of these companies believe that if people are out there saturating the market with used shoes, it devalues their brand new ones. So if you're out there selling these sneakers for $20, $20, and they're trying to get 120 retail, you're going to go buy a used pair for $20.
Yeah.
So I think their argument is it devalues their product. So they're like, no, you're not going to be able to sell it. Because I think that's in the case of, you said it earlier,
the OtterBoxes.
OtterBoxes.
Yeah, but those aren't really worth that much money in general.
That's true. But I don't know. You cannot sell OtterBoxes on eBay. Don't even try
weird. I feel like the company definitely has some pull and like, hey, I'm going to give you X amount of money per year and you're going to keep people from selling my stuff on eBay.
Who knows?
I wonder if that's...
If you don't know what OtterBoxes are, they're cell phone covers or protector... What do you call them? Cases?
Yeah.
Do they actually... Are they full cases? Are some of them full?
Yeah, I've got one... Well, your version of a full case and mine are a little bit different.
Yeah,
yours is like
big
you have
leather.
to cover the front. Yeah. Mine is just cover the back and the outside and a little bit of the front, enough to where if I dropped it, it wouldn't get shattered.
So they're cell phone cases.
Yeah.
Right? And they're made for all different brands.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you cannot... N-O-T cannot... sell them on eBay. Yeah. Don't do it. You will get strikes against you and you'll get your account suspended. If you have them on there now, just take them off.
Yeah.
It's not worth it for the $20, $25 that you might get for it. I mean, they're not that valuable, right?
No, they're
not. We're not talking hundreds of dollars.
You can buy them brand new for $60, which don't get me wrong. I mean, if you find a lot of them for $5 a piece, it's probably worth your money, but you're going to have to sell them somehow, and you're going to have to sell them on Facebook Marketplace or on Craigslist or maybe Macari. Mm-hmm. Those are the only 3 places I know that you can probably sell stuff like that. Everything else is probably going to kick you off of it.
Yeah, so just be careful with those things. Because I know I have seen in the thrift stores and flea markets where there's OtterBoxes, brand new ones in a package, like you said, for $5, and I want to pick them up. But it's like, how do I get rid of them?
Yeah.
And I want to stick with eBay right now, and I want to spread my wings a little bit and go into Poshmark or Macari, but not yet. But I just don't want... Last thing I need is a suspension because of a stupid OtterBox.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure you watched it, the Harry Tornado video of him getting suspended on Facebook.
Facebook Marketplace.
Because he was trying to sell multiple things, which, in my opinion, if you have... I wouldn't post multiple things
if you're
on different
cross-posting,
websites.
Which means, if you don't know what cross-posting means, you're selling on eBay, the same item on eBay as you are on Facebook Marketplace and, let's say, Macari. Right? You have the same item on all 3, and when it sells on one, say it's sold on eBay, you pull the listings off of Facebook Marketplace and Macari. Well, what happened to Harry Tornado, like you said...
He didn't pull it right away.
He didn't pull it right away, so it sold twice.
Yeah.
And he ended up having to pretty much refund the Marketplace one, right?
Yeah.
And what happens, that put a ding against his account, and they suspended him for 60 days.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with cross-posting. If you're going to cross-post, you have to make sure when something sells that you get that thing off there immediately.
Yeah. And I think each website has its advantages and disadvantages. Facebook Marketplace is like more for your furniture.
Bigger stuff, I think.
Big
but
stuff.
You don't really want to ship.
Exactly. I wouldn't want to sell a piece of furniture on eBay. I just feel like that'd be a pain to try to ship, be a pain to try to get there not broken.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's how I
Glassware maybe as well with Marketplace.
If you're new, you shouldn't cross-post, I don't think.
I think it's... I mean, if you want to dive into it, more power to you. But me, I'm not doing it right now because it's a lot just to do eBay by itself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, could you imagine, though? I mean, you set your phone down and you go do something in the kitchen and you come back and something's sold on eBay. Well, that same thing has now sold on Facebook Marketplace, and now you're suspended on one of the 2 accounts.
Yeah, and I don't know how often they would sell that quickly back to back. But I got to tell you, just like you said, though, you set your phone down and you hear the cha-ching, right? And I get all excited when I hear the cha-ching. Heard it this morning. Love it. It like brings just the biggest smile to my face, right? But the last thing I want to do is have to panic and go through all the other selling sites that I'm on and make sure I pull that same... I don't want to do that right now. Yeah,
absolutely.
So those are just a few things. Can you think of any others? It's just the biggest thing. There's a lot of them. I just don't you'd have to go on YouTube and search it. I haven't done that because I've just been pretty careful from what I'm picking through.
Yeah.
I don't deal with medical devices. I don't really deal with outer boxes anyways, but I knew to stay away from them.
Yeah.
And then as far as, what was the other one we were talking about? Allbirds shoes.
Yes.
There's plenty of other brands to deal with other
Yeah.
than Allbirds. Just they do bring high dollar. I mean, brand new shoes, like minimum are $98 for these Allbirds. But it's not worth getting your site suspended over.
Yeah, now if you spell their name wrong,
well,
could you sell them still?
No, I tried that with my pen business.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Intellectual property. Sometimes they even say in the fine print any word. I forget how they legally described it. There's a pen called a Sierra, Sierra, and so I was selling them as a C-ERA, Sierra.
Yeah.
Right? Because it sounded the same and looked nothing like it, didn't matter. I still had a cease and desist letter sent to me from their attorney. Yeah.
Well,
so don't try
never mind then. Don't try to.
Yeah, don't try to fake it. Just don't even mess with it.
I would say use common sense the most, though. I mean, I think most people can look at something and be like, I don't know if I want to sell that on eBay. A CPAP machine, if I saw it, I would be like, I don't know if I want to sell that on eBay. I don't know.
I know they go for big money.
It just seems like something, though, that it just seems sketchy to almost get into.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
Garbage trucks.
Garbage trucks here.
The trash right now.
Okay, so those are a few physical items that I can think of. So that'll lead me into maybe some words to stay away from when you're listing.
Yeah.
I mean, because now we've gone over some of the physical items, but now you have to be careful some of the words that you use when you're listing on eBay. The first one we'll go over is the word Velcro. As common as it sounds.
Yeah, I saw that in your video.
It's a Vero. It'll give you a strike.
Why is that?
Because Velcro is a name brand. It's not. It is. Velcro, it has, it's the word I'm looking for, trademarked.
Probably. Kind of Kleenex.
Yeah, it's, Kleenex is another one.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. You can't use Velcro in the title, and you can't use it in your listing as a description.
Really?
Unless you're selling a Velcro product that's made from Velcro. You cannot, like a lot of hats that I have the Velcro strap on the back because you have snap-back hats, which are the little dots that you snap into place. You have fitted, right, that has no adjustment. You have some that's like a strap with a buckle.
Yeah.
And then you have your Velcro. You can't say Velcro.
Huh.
You'll see a lot of my hats just say adjustable back. But the term you can use is hook and loop.
Yeah.
Which is Velcro.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know that Velcro is hook and loop.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to pay attention to when you talk or do photography, make sure you get a good picture of the Velcro back.
Yeah.
So it's kind of obvious that it's the Velcro without saying Velcro, because you have to work around that. You will get a strike. You could be suspended for just using the term Velcro.
Yeah.
So don't use the term Velcro. I'm telling you right now, that's like the biggest one because it's so easy. Like Kleenex, it's just something you say.
Yeah. It's even though we know it's not that brand name, that's what we say. I mean, you could hand me any type of Kleenex. I'm going to call it a Kleenex. I'm not going to call it, tissue paper or whatever they call it, So, I don't know. I feel like it's such a generic term that we use for everything. So we get caught up in it's not actually that brand name. It's just what that brand name has made it.
Yeah. But Kleenex is the same thing. If you were selling a box of generic Kleenexes, you couldn't say a box of Kleenex. Even though it's a term that we've been using for how many years?
Yeah.
Can't do it unless it's a Kleenex brand.
Yeah.
And so don't use Velcro. Next one is I've learned the hard way right now. I've got a few printer cartridge, toner cartridges, and then there's also ink for computer printers.
Yeah.
If they are an off-brand or a knockoff, right? If you have an HP printer and you buy the generic ink that'll fit your printer, you have to, in your listing, state that it is not an HP ink and that it is being used in replacement of the HP printer, that the actual printer model that you're using. Now, I have tried to post my toner cartridges 5 times, and they keep kicking me off.
Really?
I cannot sell them. I'm just going to have to take a loss on them because they keep saying I'm not following their proper procedures when listing something that's not. Mine are, they're toner cartridges, so they're the bigger boxes, not the little ink cartridges. And they're brand new, sealed in a box, and they still have the factory sealed like wrap around it. Mm-hmm. And I have gone to their info page and typed in it. I copied and pasted verbatim what they told me to put, and they still keep pulling it off. I can't.
Really?
Yeah. So it's easy to sell an HP printer ink box because it's an actual HP printer ink. Mm-hmm. But I'm just using HP. It could be Canon, could be anything.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to sell the knockoff ink and toner cartridges without proper verbiage.
I never even thought about that.
It's those boxes are at the bottom of my death pile because there's nothing I could do with them.
Yeah.
I literally am stuck with them. I didn't pay a lot for them, but I want to figure out how to sell them on there properly.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to, but I'm worried that the more times I do it and they keep pulling off, are they going to end up suspending my account? So I'm like, I don't really want to take that hit yet.
Yeah.
I just want to get rolling. Who cares about printer ink at this point?
Exactly.
Unless it's name brand. But that's another one that you have to be very careful of. So you have the Velcro, you have making sure that you're not misinterpreting what you're selling. And believe it or not, this one, as common and simple as it is, when you're listing, I'm trying to think of when you have something that there's parts to, okay, you have to use the word set of or a lot, L-O-T, lot of how many items. When you do your main listing, you can't put, say, I'm trying to think of something that would have multiple parts to it that you would typically just say, oh, it has this and this and this with it. Anything you can come up with? Let's use pots and pans, okay? I'm selling a poaching pan. So you'd have the pan, the lid, and then like that little poacher insert.
Yeah.
Right, for your eggs. If you'd say brand new Revereware 10-inch pan with lid with poaching insert, it won't allow you to list it. You have to put either lot of 3 items or set of 3 because you listed multiple items in the main listing.
Oh.
So you could list it as vintage Revereware poaching pan and leave it at that, and then in your description, say all the parts that comes with it. I'm just using this as an example because I'm at a loss right now of another item that I could use.
Yeah.
Maybe toys would be a better one because they have lots of parts.
Yeah.
But you can't list it as in the main title as this piece with this piece with this piece. It automatically defaults to, oh, now you're selling a lot or a set of items, and it won't allow you. It'll go red, and you have to go up there and fix your title.
Huh. I did not know that.
Yep, and you can't even use the words like new because they're saying if you use the words, the word new, that you're faking an item that might be pre-owned.
Oh, wow.
So I tried that once because I had something that literally, I think it was a pair of sneakers. They were brand new. I mean, you could tell never been worn.
Yeah.
So I put in the title like new, and it prompted me and say, no, you can't do that. You can't have new in the title if they're not new. Didn't know that.
Huh.
But down in the description, I could put their like new. But in the main title,
but is that because you put that they were used sneakers?
Probably because when you go through your options and you can have the option to click new or pre-owned, I had pre-owned.
Gotcha.
So it probably prompted anything in your description as you put it as new, and they're not going to allow that. So it's just some things to steer clear about. And I didn't know any of these things, so I started just coming up with titles, and they are like new. That's what I mean, I didn't see how that was a big deal, but I understand what they're saying because people would just put the word new to bump it up.
Yeah.
So you'd get placed in, your used item would get placed in with all the new because what they're trying to do is you have that selection under your filter where you can do new or used. If you classify your item as new and it's not, you're kind of beating their little algorithm and it's going to get tossed in with the new stuff, and that's what they're trying to prevent.
Gotcha.
So kind of weird.
Yeah.
But those are a few things that I can think of right now. I thought I had one more, but it's not a big deal. You guys kind of get the drift. Be careful. When you do list, use every character you can. They give you a set number of characters. Make that listing as big and long as you can. You don't want a small title. Get as many keywords as you can in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't use the word Velcro. Use hook and loop if you have to, or just stick to the word adjustable. That's the best one for you. Stay away from medical devices like we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Don't use the word new in your title if it's something that's used. What else did I say? Set of or lot of.
Yeah.
Stay away from putting with in your title. Just make it the set, and then in your description, put all the pieces that are down there. That way you won't get, I don't know what you call it, but it won't allow you to list.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just say, nope, can't do it yet.
Yeah.
You have to change this. So, well, those are just some things that I can think of right off the top of my head. I know we wanted to kind of keep this short. I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything you want to clue in on, Devin?
No, I mean, I think it sounded pretty good.
Yeah, thanks. I did all the talking today, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So stay away from otter boxes. Stay away from all the Allbirds shoes. And there's other things. Don't think that this is the end of the list. There's actually quite a few. And as they come up, maybe we'll do another podcast with some things, or maybe a YouTube video on them. But right now, those are just some of the main ones I've run across. So if anybody else has any that they've run into, be sure to email us at severethrifters@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Check out our videos on YouTube at Severe Thrifters. We have the eBay store at severe_thrifters. So check that out if you get bored. There's also our podcast, obviously, here on Spotify, or what are there?
Oh, God, there's a few of them. Google Podcasts. Trying to get on Apple Podcasts. They haven't accepted us yet.
Okay.
And then a few other podcasting networks that are available to people from, like, Europe and stuff like that.
Cool. So, and I also started the Buy Me a Coffee program, and we'll get further into that, where you can kind of buy me and Devin a coffee, because we sit here and chit chat, and I drink decaf and he drinks heavily caffeinated. He drinks asphalt, but
I drink normal coffee.
That's not normal.
He drinks water with a dash of coffee.
With a dash of coffee in it. But we want to thank you guys for hanging with us on this episode. I hope you learned a little bit, because I know I have, not from this episode, but I've learned a lot of it from eBay already, and I wanted to share that with everybody. So thank you so much for listening. Check out all our social media on Instagram at Severe Thrifters and Severe_Thrifters. And that's all I've got. Devin, you got anything that...
Nope.
Well, we're done.
I think we're all set.
Peace out, everybody. Love you. I'm John.
I'm Devin.
And we're the Severe Thrifters.